And in Nigeria, the Edo State Government, southern Nigeria, has confirmed the kidnap of a number of persons in the state. Nehikhare, the State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, disclosed that 20 persons were kidnapped during the attack on Igueben train station in Igueben local government area of Edo State, as against the earlier reported figure of 31 passengers. He made the disclosure while giving update of the state government's efforts to rescue the victims. He says from intelligence reports, the kidnappers made away with 20 passengers, but with the rescue of 7 persons, the actual numbers with the abductors now remain 13. News Central's correspondent Niyi Omoniyi has been giving live update from Igueben community in Edo State, southern Nigeria, where the attack happened. Thank you very much, Niyi, for joining us on the news. Can you tell us how many people were actually kidnapped and how many so far have been freed or recovered? Because we seem to have conflicting reports, one from the government and one from others. Being on the ground, what can you tell us?
What's from locals says that...
Okay, Niyi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Felicity.
All right, go ahead. I'm trying to get confirmation about the number of the abducted and those rescued as given by the government. Can you confirm the figures are accurate?
Well, the government has come to say that 7 people have been rescued, and the total number is of people that were kidnapped earlier is 20, and that is 13 that remains in the hands of the abductors. But from words we're hearing from the locals and what's on the streets, the numbers are quite much than that. They believe that, according to what they say they hear from victims or relatives of people who were there, 32 people had their names on the ticket. Not to mention the staff or crew members that, of course, were operating the train at the time. So that's what we could get. So no other information is being given as to, while the police have said they've rescued 7 people, we've not seen them, although we tried reaching out to the DPO of the Igueben police command today, but he directed us to the force headquarters in Benin, which we are certainly going to visit. But aside the police force and the Edo State government, no other stakeholder is ready to give figures or confirm any sort of figures as regards who has been rescued or not.
Have you been able to speak with any of the family members of any of the victims or the victims that were rescued since you've been there?
Yes, we were able to actually track one of the, a young girl, minor, that was released by the abductors on that same day. We don't know why, maybe because she was a minor. She was left behind and the police were able to pick her up. Just a few kilometers away from the Igueben, which is the Igueben community. We met with her. She was staying with her grandmother. So the story behind that was that her mother and her sister were coming to the community to actually spend the New Year holiday, and they left their father in Warri. They were coming from Warri and they took the train while the abductors took the mother and her sister. We spoke with the grandma who just sells petty food, basic food stuffs in the village, and she was really worried. Even the sister is also worried. We tried reaching out to the husband, but it wasn't really forthcoming, and it's understandable because it is a time where it's not so easy for them, and all they are all praying for is quick rescue of their family members, because that is 2 of those that particular family, not to mention others that we don't even know of or we can't get information about.
This story is making headline for obvious reasons because of the number of persons that were abducted. What can you tell us about stories making the rounds that there are some other cases of kidnappings that are not being reported in the media, like this one?
Okay, I would love to really have you watch this interview we had with the 9-year-old witness. And she spoke a little bit about that so we can know what exactly is going on.
All right. While we're trying to get that audio, we will thank you very much, Niyi. For now, we will try and get that conversation to you with the minor who was rescued by the military. Okay, let's see if we can get that video now.
On our way going to AKK, then a bike riders there. Then when we reach there, when we stop, we just see kidnappers. They were running. Then my mommy and my sis, they run inside where they are taking tickets. One auntie was just coming, by the way. All of us just packed inside. When we reach inside, the kidnappers, they come inside. They say all of us should come outside. If not, they'll shoot us with knife. When we come outside, they ask us to lie down on the floor. If not, they'll shoot us. Then my mommy was crying, and my sister was praying. Me, I was crying. Then they can't. Then when they can't, they now took everybody inside the bush. I wanted to follow my mom. Then I said that if I follow my mom, they are going to shoot me with knife, that I should go back. When I go back, I was not crying. Before you know, they'll start calling police. Let them come. When they come, we try to explain from them. The policeman, he asked.
Quite a touching tale there for a 9-year-old Niyi. Is there any information as to some of the assistance government will be providing to some of the survivors as per maybe therapy or psychosocial supports?
Well, so far since we got to that community, we didn't see any government official, although directly opposite the house of this particular relative or victim, as we may put it, there is a vigilante group, which is the vigilante group, and this is just a group of vigilantes who just come together to protect their own community. They've been checking on her, especially the grandma. They said they go there every morning to ensure that she's okay, so she does not commit suicide. She barely goes home. She's usually in the shop there where she sells till like 10:30 p.m. before she goes home, and they try to escort her. But so far from any sort of government official, nothing, as no welfare or anything has been given to any of these relatives. And
all right, Niyi, I'm afraid in the interest of time, we will have to interject. Thank you very much, and we'll touch back with you subsequently.